Okay, so coming back with another PuPs perusal, just a quickie. Let's have a look for this one. Can you tell what it is yet? Can you tell what it is yet? It is. There they are. It is. Anyway. So they live. Yeah. Needs no introduction. If you don't know what it is, go and watch it. But let's see. So the iconic shot for me is it that one? Yeah. Okay, so you got another, or let's just call him Roddy. In fact, I'm gonna call him Hot Rod, because before he was in They Live, he was a wrestler to me. That's how I knew. So as all kinds of traffic starts flying past. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a bus. Bit of a swarm. Anyway, so Hot Rod. So here's the big reveal in it. So yeah. So there's like the big reveal, isn't it? So it's the first time that he sees one of them. Yeah, they, them, they. But it's the first time he sees one of them, isn't it? They. But to me now, obviously we know he's the other guy's over here, isn't he? So like he'd be like over there, wouldn't he? Over there somewhere. What's your problem? What's your problem? Roddy's like, Hot Rod's like, no problem with you, fella. As long as I've got a bubble gum. Anyway, so it's the big reveal. But if you look, he's looking, isn't he? What's he looking right at? What's he looking right at? Edgar Casey on ESP. Okay, so although we think he's looking at the guy, yeah, that's in a three-dimensional world, isn't he? But that's a flat picture. So you've got to imagine putting that into a 3D environment to go, oh yeah, that guy's over here and he's just sitting around, he's looking, he's blah blah blah. Okay, but what he's actually looking at on a flat two-dimensional thing, his vision is looking right into this. So Nada, Hot Rod, or John Carpenter, or JC, yeah, telling you to look right into this book. So we did. I've had this book for years, but what I did find in it was, I'm just gonna put this. Excuse my working messy clothes. You know, I don't care how I come across at all, but you know, don't think I sit around like a tramp. This is me. Although saying that, you know, if I sit around like a tramp, it's no issue either, is it? You know what I mean? Each to their own. Each to their own. So anyway, let's find it. What page was it? So here. This part here. Once in giving a reading, Casey addressed himself to whether or not the combined thought power of many individuals could change the course of physical events. He stated, "We find that when the thought of many individuals is directed to one focusing point, the condition becomes attenuated by force of thought manifested. As thoughts are directed, the transmission of thought waves gradually becomes the reality. Just as light and heat waves in the material world are now used by man, just so in the spiritual planes, the elements of thought, transmission, or transference may become real." That's as far as I read in that book. After I read that chapter, that paragraph, sorry. After I read that, 2016 I bought that book. I got it for $2 and a couple of dollars postage, and now it's up like for $100 or $200 to try and get it. Anyway, that's telling you. But anyway, after I read that paragraph, suddenly realised then, yeah, what's the whole film about? People hypnotised and in a trance via a, transmitted signal. Yeah. Another thing as well was when I first bought the book and I looked into it and found that part. I just got it. Have I got it here? Okay. You last purchased this item on 11th of June. Does that mean like the last time I purchased this, when's the next time I'm going to purchase it? Or was the time before that? Anyway, but this one's saying, look, paperback, 1st of September 1988. Now what's threw me, as I've come to make this video, I knew the dates previously. $98 now. But this one's saying publication date January 1st, 98. So, but what I did find out previous was there was a few different versions. Obviously, it was first published in 1969, and there's various versions republished since then with different covers. From previous research, which I'm not able to find again now to prove what I've said, I've only shown the evidence of one saying it was published on the 1st. Now it's saying, that one, now it's saying it's published on the 1st. But when it was saying it was published in September 88, the front cover, which was the one that you just saw, in fact, let me just check this a second, because it might even say in the book when it was published. No. But published by Warner Books, 666 Fifth Avenue. No, there's no date in it, unfortunately. But there's no. Okay, sorry, my apologies for that, rambling and wasting your time now, I apologise. But yes, from previous research quickly, this cover on this book was one printed in 1983, and the cover on the version published in 1988 was a different version, which means to me, because don't forget, you know, if you're a film fan and you follow films like, you know, Stanley Kubrick films, everything in a Stanley Kubrick film, even down to maybe like a, you know, a crumb on the shelf or something, if there was one there, Stanley put it there. So, you know, John Carpenter, you know, he's a good filmmaker, he's a good storyteller, yeah, JC, he's got the name for it. And if this book is not the 1988 released in September version, which it can't be because the film was in production and editing, whatever. The film was released on October 88. Then, unless they filmed that whole film in like less than a week or two, and that book just randomly was there, it's been put there on purpose. Okay? And when the premise of the film is all about television mind control, think about what Edgar's saying in that little chapter. You know, now think about, you know, when enough people believe something, they don't know it. When enough people believe something and they don't know it, they're totally at the will of what they believe without knowing it. And that can lead to dire consequences. Sadly.